Yeah, they was very detailed. We worked at it all week, last week, this week. And we worked on a run game, and we knew that was going to make an impact on this game. And, I give all the credit to those guys. Nah, if I would tell myself as a kid right now, like, I wouldn't have guessed that I would be the one winning MVP. So it's just a real moment, and it doesn't happen without the guys in the locker room. Yeah, definitely. When the doctor told me I couldn't play no more, I just thought, football was over. That's what I was doing all my life. So um, it was a shocking moment, but, my dad worked with me throughout that whole process, and he was in the hospital with me as well, and my mom. So just going through that, it just made me grateful for each and every day to be able to go out there and strap up and play this game and just, still be alive for real. Yeah, you never want to see your brother get hurt, but I know I was gonna have to pick up the slack, and I just wanted to make a positive impact on my team in whatever way possible. Mhm. Yeah, he was very important. He always wanted to get better. He put the ball in playmakers' hands. He made a great impact on our offense, and he brought us all the way here, and we won a Super Bowl. Yeah, he means a lot. When he first got here, he put up NFC Championship. And that showed the team that he wanted to win. And we didn't get it that year, but this year we knew what we had as a team, and we stuck together. And he brought in guys that wanted to win and had the same mentality as him. A great impact. Fans, 12's always got impact on the games. They travel. They support us when we at home, so it's a blessing to have them. And shout out to the 12s. How you know about that? That's crazy. Yeah. People back from Memphis. That's the only people that really know the nickname Thunder Shoes. So I got that nickname from I think my mom bought me some light up cleats as a kid, and I would go to practice, and every time I ran, the cleats would light up. So my coach, I believe it was Coach Jesse, he ended up naming me Thunder Shoes, and then it just stuck. So yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it feels great. I didn't really know about the international fan base that we had, but I'll say for the whole team, I know we appreciate the support for sure.
Man, it's insane, man. I've never been around a bunch of guys that it's literally nobody thought it was a Super Bowl. It was literally just our next game, and that's how we approached it. And defensively, we came out and we said it early in the year to win the Super Bowl. It's gonna be on our back. So, like I said earlier, I'd be damned if we get one game away and this defense don't show up like we're supposed to.
No surprise. You dominated the offensive line of the
No.
Patriots. You dominated the offensive line of the Patriots. How do you think when you thought you were able to do that and sack so many times straight, man?
Yeah, I mean, you watch the film. I think you can get misconstrued a lot of times. What you see on film is truly what a team is. But I think with us, man, once we get in front of you, we're a different group. So we were able to get out there, get pressure, and get after the quarterback.
Julian Love told me during the week that the dark side defense had to win today to earn their place in history.
Right.
How does it feel to live up to the hype?
Man, it's what I imagined, what I expected from us. We've been doing this all year. We've been battle tested. This was nothing.
Ernest, what has it been? Ernest,
I'm gonna go here and then I'll come right to you.
thank you. Hi, Ernest Cheney from AP. What has it been like to see Sam Sam Darnold revive his career across the country with you guys and just the way he's led that offense?
It's a unique story, man. I'm super blessed that that guy's my quarterback. I think he just models what everybody in that team's been through. Man, we've all been rejected. We've all not been respected, and he's just a guy at the helm for us. And he's a hell of a player, and I'm super thankful he's my quarterback.
Ernest, opening night, I asked you how would you describe your defense? How would you describe your defense now?
Man, honestly, all said and done, boy, there's a bunch of bad boys, and for me to be in the middle of that, to be the leader of that group, whew, I'm blessed. I told everybody, man, the saddest part about this week, honestly, was that it won't be the same group. That's honestly the saddest part about this thing is, everybody's not going to be able to be back, but we know what it takes to play football and play defense for a Seattle defense, so we'll carry that on.
How would you describe the journey the defense and the team has all been on this season?
Man, it's been rough, man. I think this didn't start this year. It started last year. We couldn't stop the run for nothing to save our lives early on, and then I came. Then we were able to make some changes, but I noticed then we were getting better. We were a team that if you had let us in the playoffs last year, we were going to cause damage too. But I knew coming into this year, we were special. We just had to go do it. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go right to you. Oh, and then you. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Where would you rank this defense compared to some of the other greats, the 85 Bears, the Panthers, all the Legion of Boom, all of these great defenses? Where would you rank this 2025 Seattle Seahawks defense?
I think that's for y'all. I mean, you could say certain things, and they played way less games back then. I will say this: my defense, I'll match us up against anybody. I like us versus any and whoever. So, whatever offense you throw out there, whatever great offense you can put together, I like us. I like our odds.
Ernest, how does it feel to be a major contributor for 2 Super Bowls? I mean, the Rams and now with the Seahawks.
It's amazing, man. 2-time. Never thought I'd be saying that I'd be a 2-time world champion. Brought the first one here. I said earlier in the year I wanted a twin, and I knew this was a team for it.
Were there any small schematic wrinkles or new things that you guys did today, especially maybe with some of those blitzes, like Witherspoon?
No, we've been running those all year. They just hit today. I think with the way that they're schematically, they were thinking what we were gonna do. Those nickel pressures came available and they were open. And honestly, Spoon's been open on a lot of those blitzes, but sometimes I don't do my job and go underneath the running back, so it'll mess him up sometimes.
On those plays, could you explain kind of what all has to go right to get through there?
I think everybody has to do. Yeah. I think everybody has to do their job. Certain players have to get out of the way so that Spoon can, get in those gaps. But also, I think pre-snap, showing pressure away from those snaps, getting the quarterback looking the other way, and then boom, it's right on him. So I think that's what it was.
How would you describe this out first with Witherspoon?
It's special. I've dreamed of this my whole life. I know my abuelito and my abuelita are proud. This is a dream come true.
Hola, Julian. Felicidades.
Thank you.
Mexico. As you know, there were a lot of people cheering for you tonight. Anything you want to say to all the Mexican fans right now cheering with you this title?
Thank you. It means a lot. I'm filled with love. My family's filled with love for all the support. And I just love being able just to be me to the fullest. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And then you blitz like 13% of the time, you have 44% pressure rate. Defenses don't do this. How do you guys do this? Go over to the light box, play too high, and all this stuff makes your defense do like triple down on all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's combined effort. To be able to do kind of run the scheme that we do and have success the way we have, it just takes talent. It starts up front. Byron Murphy, honestly, is kind of the heartbeat of our defense. And he's just an unsung hero. I think his name needs to be mentioned more. Him, Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed up front, the depth that we have in the interior. And then our edges are killers. You see Boya, you see D. Hall, you see D. Law. They make plays, and so it starts up front. And the linebackers, Ernest is our leader, our captain. Him and Drake have been playing good ball. And then I would say our rookie, man, having our rookie, young Demon Warrior, him and Spoon, man, playing that slot role, they're killers. They're some of the best players in this league, and so allowing that to happen when they can be stout versus the run, having our fourth down be stout versus the run, it allows me to be free, allows me and Kobe, our corners, to be free and just play ball. So it's talent. It's, yeah, exactly. So when we do send pressure, then we're able to get home because he's already panicked. And so, yeah, we had a good plan. Shout out to Mike McDonald. A lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of adjustments the whole week. We installed some stuff yesterday. It always goes up into the whistle because we're just always chasing that edge.
He said he wanted you guys to be loose and focused. And you came out something a lot more loose and focused. What would you describe if you could take two other words?
Oh, two other words? No, well, I'll talk about loose and focused. Like when you see us, if you have eyes on us in the locker room at halftime on the sideline, we love each other. Like we are constantly messing around. We're not too serious. We don't take ourselves too serious. But when that whistle sounds, when we step across those white lines, then it's focused. And that's kind of the message of it. It's like we're allowed to have fun. Mike allows us to have fun. The coaching staff, everybody is always laughing and having a good time. But then when there's work to be done, we go to work. Yeah. 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 K9 is special. There's not a person in the building that doesn't believe that we're a better team when he's going, and so to see him when he gets Super Bowl MVP is crazy. He's earned it. I mean, there's been so much doubt on his name. He shows up each day. He's a quiet guy, but he's a menace with that ball in his hands. And so he showed it today. Winning the MVP is crazy. This whole playoff run, obviously, Zach, we love him. And it was vital having both of them all season. But it was more on K9's shoulders when Zach went down. And so he showed up for us in a big way.
Talk about your interception.
Yeah.
Have
Dream come true, of course it is. I'd be kidding you if I didn't dream of that in the backyard when I was, 8, 9 years old. To see that ball in the air, it was right to me. The only thought in my mind is just catch it.
the front nine had a sensational game.
That was fun. All right, we'll just get right into it.
Sam, when you think about everything, that multiple stops, coming to the Jets, how can you just reflect on this moment where you're at right now?
It's a loaded question. It's a good first question. Man, I think, for me, it's just, I said this, in the Monday interviews that we did, but like I've taken it day by day, throughout my entire career, and it's gotten me to this point. And that's really all I can say about that. But it's because of the guys in the locker room, because of our coaching staff working their butts off every single day. Like, that's why we're all here. It almost felt like we got to the NFC Championship, then we won. And it was like, oh shoot, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like it literally felt like it was just part of the process. And we did the same thing today. Offense again I feel like we didn't play as good as we could have. I certainly didn't play as good as I could have, but our defense had our back, our special teams had our back, and we got the win.
Would you ever have imagined that one touchdown from you in the Super Bowl would be enough, and what does that say about this team's construction?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I mean, we got down there a few times. J-Mi had a great day. I think he kicked 4 field goals, so it wasn't just, one touchdown. Obviously, we'd like to get in the end zone more, but yeah, I think, with our defense, the way that they've been playing, my job is to take care of the football. And I knew that coming into the game, and, I did that. And, I took the open guy when they were there, and, if I had to take sacks, if I had to throw the ball away, I was able to do it. But I just played that kind of game, and I feel like, we ended up being on top because of it.
Sam, your touchdown past the corner, what did you see there? What were your emotions when you knew it was a touchdown?
Yeah, unbelievable play call. Great design by all of our coaches. Again, they stay up, at crazy hours of the night to try to design plays like that, and they were in a coverage to where AJ kind of got lost in the shuffle, and he came wide open and made a great catch.
It looked like you got a little emotional after the bat. What does it mean to you? It's almost impossible to describe everything you've been through
Yeah.
to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just it's special. I mean, I shared a great moment with my parents and my fiance Katie after the game, and I think that's what kind of got me a little bit. me and my dad don't really cry very often, and I told my dad I was and my mom, but just I'm here because of their belief in me, and they believed in me throughout my entire career, and I think that's why I was able to believe in myself almost ad nauseum. Like some people called me crazy throughout my career for believing in myself so much and having so much confidence, but it was because of my parents, because of the way that they believed in me throughout my entire career, and it allowed me to go out there and play free and have a ton of confidence.
At what point did you dream of winning the Super Bowl, and how does now the reality of being the Super Bowl champ meet that dream?
Yeah, I don't think it's really hit me yet, to be honest with you. But it's special. And again, like I always say, it's this group is why it's special. The connection that all of us have as players, the love that we have for each other. The players, the coaches, really everybody in the building, top down, from Jody all the way down. It's the love that we share, throughout the building is special. And I've never been at a place like it.
Sam, you won a Pac-12 championship in this stadium, played in this stadium with San Francisco. Now you've won a Super Bowl here. How special is this place now to you and your heart?
Yeah, it's a great place to play. It's it's just being close to home, especially just my parents being able to, and my grandma and grandpa actually making the trip is huge. They don't usually get to come to games, and because it was such a short flight, they were able to come tonight, and that's a special thing for me as well. So it's great just to be close to home.
Now, these are something that you've talked a lot about your success and kind of how your tenure with the 49ers kind of got you back on track in your career. To come back here 2 years later and win a Super Bowl in this place where you had so much success and kind of your career turned around, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a cool full circle moment, I guess. Again, I haven't really thought about it, but it is special to be doing it at this place, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun this entire week, just getting to spend a ton of time with my teammates and being able to enjoy this stadium and everything that it brings. It's special.
Coach said he wanted you guys to be focused and loose.
Yeah.
You are a lot more than that.
Yeah.
That just doesn't cover it, does it?
I mean,
two other words, what would you use?
I would say relentless, locked in. But the loose and focused thing that Mike talks about, I think this team really embodies that. I've been telling everybody as soon as I started working with Mike and Schneider and being a part of this team, it reminds me of my young days when I was in college, when I was in high school, and it's just like guys are just playing for the love of the game. Not in the NFL, sometimes you see people on different agendas. Sometimes it's about money. Sometimes their family. All these different things. There's a bunch of grown men, that have their own agendas. But on this team, our agenda is each other, and this team. And I think we really embody that.
Do you think you guys rank up there with the great defenses in Super Bowl history?
I mean, I think so. I think we did a tremendous job today. We were honestly mad that they scored it all. We were trying to get a shutout in the Super Bowl, make history, and put a stamp on that dark side defense that we've had this year. We did a great job getting after the quarterback. Unfortunately, my sack was taken away at the end. But I'm just so proud of the guys, man. It's not about me. I'm just happy that, we did such a great job today. I honestly got in there late because I was doing some stuff with the NFL and media and stuff like that. But by the time I got in there, I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe. It was kind of smoked out from cigars. And I think every position group has their own set of ski goggles. I got the whole D-line, some Chrome Hearts ones. I had to up everybody. But it's just amazing seeing everybody smile. I think that's what makes this moment so special for me is just seeing my teammates that have put the work in, put the grind in, and everybody on this team deserves it.
Speaking of the work that you guys put in, you saw Sam and you had Sam as a teammate on the Jets. How proud are you to see him have his moment and his flowers?
I mean, super proud of him. He's had doubters his whole life. He's had a lot of ups and downs, had a tremendous journey. And I think one thing about him, he's been unwavering through it all. He's never let one doubter skew his mindset, change who he is. And he's just a tremendous leader. And, he brought us to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. And, I can't say anything more about that guy. He's just a great guy.
You turned Drake ball today over 3 times today. Obviously, there's a difference in the game. What were you able to do in order to kind of create success early on, establish a pass rush?
particularly defensive backs, which we hadn't seen a lot of.
I mean, I think our secondary did a tremendous job of covering in the back end. I think it forced Drake to hold on to the ball, and it allowed us time to get after the quarterback. Throughout the playoffs, we've seen that was something that we were able to exploit. They played against great defenses throughout the whole playoffs in Denver and Houston, and both of those defenses were able to sack him a few times. And being a quarterback, you're the head of the offense, you're the head of the team. So if you take the head out, the rest will follow. And we just felt like he was the guy that we had to attack.
We talked this week about limiting his opportunity to run as well, to design runs. What were you able to do there, and also with their other backs, obviously Stevenson and Henderson?
I mean, it was all about just collapsing the inside of the pocket. We have some, great D tackles. Byron Murphy got 2 sacks today. We had just great middle presence, middle push. He obviously was able to escape a few times, but that's going to happen in the game. Overall, I think we were on his toes all game.
You guys did a number on the left side of their offensive line. Was that something that was an emphasis during the preparation?
Yeah, they had a veteran right tackle. I think 71. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a great guard, big, heavy guy. They have a young offensive line on the left side, and we knew that was an area we wanted to attack.
Was there anything you guys did today that was like a new wrinkle or something that you introduced just for this game, or was it more just like you did what you do all year?
I mean, I think we just did what we do all year. That's something we've been saying for the last 2 weeks, preparing for this game. Is all we have to do is be us, but we have to be us. That's been our slogan. Pretty much all season is it's not about the other team, it's about us. And when we perform at our highest level, when we have guys doing their role to the best of their ability, we feel like we can't be touched.
Leonard, I know Ernest Jones is such a great player, stand out today, but how much of a teammate is he? He's probably a really good teammate.
You said Ernest Jones? Yeah, I mean, he's been a great addition to this team. We got him mid-season last year, and he made an immediate impact. To be able to come in at middle linebacker and take lead of a defense that you didn't know, that speaks volumes on his character and his leadership. He gained a lot of respect from the locker room, and I was honestly surprised to find out that he was only like 25 this year or something like that, because I thought he was about my age, the way he carries himself.
Back, I see him back up here, ain't it? Let me get right.
Why did it work so well for you guys tonight?
I mean, we had a great game plan laid out, and I think we went out there and executed. We played complementary football. We put the offense on where they need us, and they made sure they had our back too. So.
Did your game plan make a difference?
Nah. Like I said, when we had a game plan out, you know what you're gonna do. You know how you're gonna execute it, man. You just got to go out there and play ball, man. That's what makes us who we are. So we trust each other. We go out there and do our thing. So.
Ernest said that you think you're a walking Hall of Famer. Obviously, you've only been in the league for 3 seasons, but what does that mean coming from him, and what is your confidence level when you view yourself among other defensive backs?
I mean, it means a lot. It means everything, man. He talking about a great teammate, Ernest, man. He everything to us, man. He talking about a mighty linebacker who set the standard for us, who go out there and keep us controlled, keep us composed out there. I mean, he's everything, And for that, right now I'm really just focused on the now. Living in the present. I'm not really worried about what everybody else got going on. I'm just living in the present right now. So.
How much do you enjoy those blitzes where you're blitzing from making that?
I mean, I enjoyed them a lot. I haven't been blitzing a lot this year. But like I said, it was for the best of our team. So I'm gonna do whatever our team need to do to win.
Hey, Devon, for this defense, as good as you've been all year, to have this type of performance in this moment, what does it say?
It say we handle our business the way we do all year. Like I said, man, talking about a group of guys who play together out there, who give each other everything they need, who have each other back out there. Don't let another person down. I mean, it's everything you want in a defense. So.
Do you think this is one of the best defenses of all time?
I don't know. I ain't really think about that. I know we was the best defense this year, and that's all that matters.
How'd the rushing coverage work out today? Can you just talk about that?
I mean, it worked out pretty well. You talking about we had a great game plan. We went out there, we rushed for us one. We was able to contain them most of the game. Shout out to the D-line for doing their thing. And we held our end in the back end, man. Like I said, we kind of knew what they was going to do, how they was going to attack us, and how they was going to feature who and certain people the ball. So we had a great game plan like that.
Leonard said at halftime you guys were thinking shutout.
Yeah.
And that's never been done in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How much were you aware of that and thinking about that?
I mean, we was aware. Like I said, we kind of let off the gas a little bit, and like I said, we're gonna go back and watch the film about it. Because you set a standard for yourself, you're gonna hold each other to that standard. We was kind of mad we gave them 2 touchdowns at the end of the game, but they went out there and earned it though. But it's all right, man. We played a hell of a game tonight, so.
Rockwall, Texas, yes, sir.
You got to Ohio State. You got to learn from Garrett, Chris, and a young Marvin.
Mm-hmm. I.O.
You mentored many others at Ohio State, and then you got DK and Tyler, and now Cooper.
Did your research. I like that.
Now that you're at the pinnacle of the sport, what do you have to say to younger wide receivers? What's your advice? How can they be like you, sitting right here smoking that cigar?
Man, you got to have faith. You got to believe in God. You got to give it to Him. And, you know, you're going to get battle tested. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But you have to, nobody can move you. Nobody can change you. You have to believe in what you believe in and stand tall on that and never waver. And, you know, have faith, man. Have faith. Your faith has to be there. And it's been a blessing. And, you know, everybody a part of your journey is, it's just everything. Everything is everything. And, you know, when bad things happen, good things happen, you got to use that. You got to use that to be a world champ. And you got to believe that you're a world champ before you're a world champ. And it's amazing. Thank you so much. I.O.
Jaxon, you were praying before the game, before everything,
Yes.
get that win.
Yes.
Obviously, it's amazing to win, but before the anticipation, praying, how great was it?
It's great, man. Jesus is everything. And, you know, when I put it on His shoulders, you know, he takes it off my shoulders, and, you know, He never fails me. He's never failed me. Whether we would have won or lost today, you know, Jesus won, and I'm just happy to give Him the glory today. Seahawks tattoo? Why not? You know, I got some space left, so I'm definitely gonna. Next to it, I don't got no space on my right arm, but, you know, maybe my left arm. Man, I'm on cloud 9. I ain't gonna lie. I'm straight though.
Jaxon, you're a big Bad Bunny fan. Did you get a chance to try to slip up at the halftime at all?
Nah, I didn't. I wish I did though. I told everybody that I was gonna go out there and sneak out and watch them, but I didn't get a chance to.
Jaxon, what'd you learn about Sam Darnold during this
Sam Darnold, he's a beast. He's everything that you want in a quarterback and a leader. You know, he led his troops today like he's been doing all season. He doesn't let the noise get to him. You know, he's a baller, man, and I've been saying it. You know, the media, they got their own. You know, they want to talk about some, but he's a world champ, and that's something you can't take from him, and that's something that's cemented in history.
Jason, you obviously have a heavy workload throughout the season. How great was it to see other guys step up, Warner, Kupp? How great was that?
Man, they've been doing that all season. And however we got to win, we find a way to win. You know, there's been games I caught 2 balls. I don't know what I had tonight, but there's been games I caught 2 balls, and we win, you know. So it's just amazing to go out there with these group of guys and know that, you know, what we're going to do whatever it takes to win. And that's the vibe I'm on for sure. What up, buddy? What's up, dog?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Anytime you get to be in this place, this is not it's hallowed ground, and only the teams that come together to fight through adversities. You're gonna see it. You're gonna find times that things don't go your way, and we had such a connected group. I think every single person, to a man, everyone would say, you know, the special thing about this group is how connected we are. It's just a belief in each other, a genuine love for one another, to see the guy next to you succeed, and that made all the difference in the world.
Coop, you wrote it was written after the last game. Can you put into words the entire year, being with the Rams, to going home and now winning a Super Bowl again with your hometown team?
Yeah, I don't know that I've got the words for it. It's an unbelievable story. You know, there were some really tough times this year for my family and I, and being a part of this organization, we stepped in, and it wasn't smooth. You know, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't sunshine and rainbows. But day after day, my family showed up for me, and the guys on this team, the coaches, it was day after day, the work coming up, like coming in willing to work, coming in and caring about the guy next to him. It was, I was saying I've never run blocked more in my life, but I had so much fun this year. It was such a joy, and like the relationships with the guys in 1 year are so special and so unique. And I'm just incredibly thankful. It's just the gratitude that I have to be here right now. I mean, it's an incredible story that God put together, an unbelievable story.
Who was the first person to believe in you that you could be a two-time Super Bowl champion?
My wife was the first person to believe in me. Actually, I mean, I think she's believed that this is the story, that this story was written so long ago, and I would like to say that I was all in and believed it as well. But times were tough. There were some tough times, but really Anna has believed that this was what we came to Seattle to do. This is why we came here. Uh, a lot of happy tears was the message from her, and I think it was just. I mean, this is everyone here that has family knows how much that our families put into this for us to do what we do. They're so much a part of it, and this year, my wife and my boys were more a part of it than they've ever been in my life. And so I told them afterwards, like, this is your guys' trophy. I wanted them to get up there. I wanted them to hold the trophy because, like, this is ours. This is what we all of us got to, participate in this moment.
When you think back and look back at this game, what are the moments, what are the plays, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, but just as a whole that'll stand out to you as to why you won?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure which moment or plays that you remember. It's kind of funny how that goes, having gone through this before. I think you remember some of those small conversations, like the things that, little adjustments, like, hey, like today it was like, hey man, guys, let's finish plays. Let's make sure we're pushing the pile, finishing with some violence, and it's just little things, the conversation, like the plays happen and they come and go, but being with the guys and that connected team and collaborating together, those little moments, those are the things that you remember.
But what's it mean to you to see Sam win this week?
An unbelievable story. I don't know. There's a quarterback. I don't know. There's a quarterback in NFL history that's done what he's done, to go through the things that he's had to go through. His first, 5 years, to believe in himself, to overcome everyone that told him that he wasn't that guy anymore, that he couldn't be a starter, that he couldn't be a productive quarterback, to just come back to work and just commit to his process, and then to go out there and in the biggest moments this year over and over and over again and just show up, stand in the pocket, to make the tough throws, managing the game. It's an unbelievable story. I'm so thankful I got to know who Sam Darnold is as a person, because it explains everything that's happened in his career because of the way that he goes about his business just in his day-to-day life.
How do you reflect on those early mornings with him and just like what you see that now and you see what it resulted in?
Yeah, I mean those are those moments. It's those little times, those times between all the mandatory stuff that you've got to do, that I think the really cool bonds are built, and that's something that I think the Seahawks, just as an organization, it's been so much fun because there's not a lot of time between meetings, but guys make the absolute most of them, and I've really enjoyed being able to sit in there with Sam and learn football with him.
Cooper, obviously, Mike. About the ups and downs of the season. Did you know the potential of this to
Yeah, it's hard to say. You show up for that first, you show up for OTAs, and I'm just learning people's names. I trying to make sure I don't get lost in the facility, and it was really cool though seeing regardless of what all the pieces have to come together to make this happen. I think the coolest thing was seeing the consistency at which people came to work, ready to work, and the excitement they had and the willingness they had to step in to do some really hard things. Mike did not make OTAs easy. I mean, guys were talking about that actually earlier this week about how OTAs is in 2 weeks, and that thing kicked our rear end last year. And so it's like, we got you. You're gonna come here. You're gonna work. But man, the connected, the way it builds guys together, and then like you lift each other up. Once that was happening, then I knew we had something special.
Mike is obviously talking with the defensive line. He gets a lot of praise for that. But how would you describe his leadership? And what did he do to bring you guys together?
Yeah, well, I mean, he wants that. I know. He had talked about that last year. Guys had talked about his whole like he did this a lot. He was this. That was really loud. He did this a lot. He's like, I want a team that's going to be together. And so for him, I think one of the coolest things we did this year was a walk. Every 4 weeks, we would like take an hour of our meeting time. We'd meet in small groups, break out, and we'd have these conversations with guys and just talk. Some of it was football, some of it was life, and it was getting to know each other, getting to see how people saw the game, how people saw life, how people reacted to adversity, maybe adversity that they've been going through. And it was so cool to be able to learn your teammates and be able to go through those moments with them, and then just be able to like speak into people's lives that maybe you don't get an opportunity to just have a platform to do that. And Mike put a priority in that on us being able to know our teammates and not just know their names or where they play football at, but know who their family is, know what they've gone through and where they really come from. I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Can you talk about how you plan to celebrate this victory with your teammates and your family?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, like I'm so excited to be able to spend some time with my family. We've got so many people down. I think we've got 31 people that have come to this game between family and friends, and I'm so excited to be able to see them, give everyone a hug, and I'm excited to see the parade. I'm sure the 12s are going to show out for that one.
Did you go to Seahawks games as a kid?
I went to only a couple. We only made the trip across the mountains a couple times, but I remember them vividly. My first one was a Packers, Seattle Seahawks game on Monday night. Sean Alexander went off with like 200 yards in the snow, which was really cool because Sean Alexander comes up and gives me a hug after the game, and it's incredible. It's a full circle moment. And then I remember getting stuck on the pass on the way back home and missing school the next day. It was fantastic.
What does it mean to you to see about Jerry Rice before? Receivers have ever won 2 Super Bowls and an Offensive Player of the Year award. Just you and Jerry Rice. What does that mean if you're now in that category?
Yeah, I mean, you have so much respect for the people that have come before you, and the difficulty of this league. It's ever evolving, it's ever moving forward, and if you pause for a second, it passes you by. So for all these guys, to be in, to have your name in any conversation with Jerry Rice, you're in a good place.
What did it mean to you to see Kenneth Walker have the day that he did?
Man, that was incredible. I mean, K9 has been just so consistent. Him and Zach Charbonnet this year were an unbelievable 1-2 punch. I told him at the beginning of the year, like, there's no one in the league that has the 1-2 punch that we do in those two guys. And then when Sharbs goes down, I mean, everyone's just hurting for him because he's such an instrumental part of this team, and we would not be here without what he produced and what he did for us up until he got injured. And then for K9 to just be able to shoulder the load and say, I can take that on and step up his game to another level. So proud of him and so happy to see what he was so well deserving of that.
How does it feel to keep that ring?
It'll be very cool when that time comes. Yeah, I think the thing that I learned more than anything else is that I can trust in what God's plan is for me. There were times this year that I didn't know what was happening, and I think you battle this place of asking why things are happening the way that they're happening. And as time's gone on, it's just like leaning into and trusting that He has a plan and finding the joy in every day coming to work and being a part of a really cool group of guys that are going to achieve something special. Being able to come home every day and have my boys run out onto the porch and run to give me a hug, and a wife that's jumping up into my arms and excited to see me, and I am so incredibly blessed, and so I have so much gratitude for the blessings in my life, and yeah, so I guess trust and gratitude.
Guys,
and he proved it today. So yeah, I mean, just we take pride in special teams, and obviously it showed this year that it can really do wonders for our team.
Jason, one of the longest tenured Seahawks, but how does it feel to see others, rookies, get the Super Bowl trophy?
Yeah, it's amazing. You never you always want to be here. Obviously, like you always dream about playing the Super Bowl. And some of us, it took a little bit longer to get there and to win it, but just that locker room and what we had all year was amazing. It was a great experience, great relationships, and yeah, I mean, it's just there's no words to express what that team is in there.
Jason, you set a new record, 200 points in a season. First time anyone's ever done it in the NFL. What's your reaction to doing that in a game that you win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, even just winning right now doesn't even feel real. But you hear those numbers being thrown out there. It's just we've had amazing defense, obviously amazing special teams, and offense just moved the ball so great all year. So as a specialist, you can't really force the game, right? Like you get limited opportunities, and whenever your number is called, you just go out there and do your best.
What's it like being
No, I mean I ride it on my wrist. I just go 1 for 1. Whatever kick that is in front of me, I just make that my best effort, and put all my hard work and all these years and all the off season, and just put that to work. And yeah, I just honestly I truly go 1 kick at a time. So whatever happens.
Jason, for the identity of this team now at the kind of onset, the end of the season, the pinnacle. What would you describe as kind of like you guys' bread and butter? Who you guys are as playing as a team?
I mean, people first. This is, especially this week with the media and stuff. You get asked a lot of questions, and it feels weird when you say it so many times about how close this team is. Like you think that people think that you're just forcing that and saying that, but honestly, since April, this team has been extremely tight. Just every week, it's an amazing experience in that locker room, the whole organization. So I think that really carried us through the entire year. I mean, he gives us opportunities to build relationships with guys in the locker room. We do a lot of off the field stuff together, but also like just him and John just bring in such great guys. Like, this is my 11th year in the league, and there's always been a few guys that maybe stand out in a team, but this team, there's from the older guys to the younger guys that got drafted, there's no egos on this team. It's just everybody playing for the guy next to them, and obviously that showed today.
What was that moment like when it seemed inevitable the last couple of minutes, but when the clock finally hit 0 and it was clear you were a Super Bowl champion?
Yeah, I mean, it still doesn't feel real. I think maybe in a couple of weeks when I go home and see my family and friends, maybe we'll set in a little bit more, but right now I'm just enjoying the moment with the guys that in that locker room, all the coaches, staff, everybody, players. We just put so much work, so much energy into just building relationships that it's just been amazing.